Okay, found the wheel. Clean it up really pretty. So I can figure out what the left and right side is. So you got two ways to do that. One is the valve stem location. Most wheels, the valve stem is on one side or the other. So find the one that's on the rear, go match the front. It's on the right side like it's supposed to be. That means this one should be on the right side also. It's not always 100% true, but most of the time it is. There it is right down here is the right side. The other thing we look at is the little arrow location. It should be going this way. It's assuming the tire is unidirectional, not universal. This one here appears to be, it don't give a squat. Don't see no arrow anywhere. No arrow. Oh, there's an arrow right there. Rotation goes this way. Right side wheel rotates that way. That is correct. So we are correct about this being a right side wheel. Good deal. So you put that up on there. And we gotta put the brake caliper on there also. Let's see what I'm gonna do. I might have to go in a little bit of a sideways angle to get this all to fit. Use that a little bit. Get some oil. Yeah. Doesn't want to quite fit. Next trick is to rotate the fender a little bit. Give more room. And it slides it. Rotate it back. It's in there. When I pull this axle, I made sure I put the spacers back on how it came off. This is a little bit fatter than this one. This is left side, this is the right side. This is where the axle pinches on it. That cap right there. So this is the left, this is the right. Right goes in there, left goes in. Of course it's too high in here to do anything. There, try to get this one on this other side. Yeah, it lucked out actually when it and she's in. I like turning the slot here, not slot, but the hole in the axle in the same direction every time. You take a big screwdriver. And for aerodynamic purposes, I like putting it straight forward like that. This side looks a little better, so we'll put this one on top. And that's where I put it. That's the air drag. Air drag is very important on a road turd. Okay. So now we have a washer, a lock washer, and a nut. It's like a lug nut off a car. Trying to get away. Of course, I'm looking out for that barrel piece for that throttle cable. You never know, it might turn up. It's someplace. Alright, so that goes in like that. Now to keep this from rotating, you've got to put something here to make it not rotate, or you can tighten these nuts down a little bit. And if you tighten the nuts down a little bit, it's a little easier. A little ratchet that. There it is. So if you just tighten this down a little bit, make sure you push that all the way over so the spacer is all the way over. And just tighten this down a little bit. Make sure your spacing's about equal. Get a little bit of drag on there, not a lot. Okay, you go over here and tighten this one down. So that's probably a 3/4. Would be a good guess. Yeah, look at that, 3/4. Okay, now, as you tighten this down, it's going to pull this spacer against here, the wheel against that. It's going to pull this leg over that way too, and it's going to bend this leg like that, which is not good. But that's what it's going to do. Okay, so now you go over here and you give it the appropriate amount of torque also, which would be 1 pull, 2 pull, a little bit more. And just to make sure it's tight, you give it another yank. All right, let's get some torque on it. I'm sure it's not above 20 pounds. I think it's what Harley said to use. Some mechanic told me that once. He tried to kill me on a race bike by using Harley specs on racing bikes. People are pretty stupid. Okay. Now, this has pulled over a little bit. And when it did that, it buckles the bushings in here and makes friction, otherwise known as drag. So, what you do is you take this and loosen this up. Take a hammer and you beat the tar out of it. Dead nuts on center. And that will let the thing center where it wants to sit. Once you get it where you center where you want it to sit, then you go ahead and tighten these down. Try to tighten them equally. You give a little bit of torque. Not really aggressive, you can break stuff. But you do want to put some torque on them so they don't fall off. Now if I keep pulling these, they'll keep moving. So get about equal torque. They're probably torqued around 15 to 18 foot-pounds. Maybe 20, I don't know. Close enough. Probably 18 to 20. Good enough. Make sure it spins freely. There's no rotors on it, so it should rotate. Don't stick your finger in there, it might hurt. And it's a good time to check your wheel for whether it's bent or not. Or if the tire is not installed correctly. Because if the tire wobbles around a lot or jumps up and down, there's something wrong with it. If the rim is moving, something wrong with that too. So you want to look at the rim. Appears to be not moving. Look at that rim. Appears to be not moving. Look at the tire. They always move a little bit. Not too bad. And you look at it from this view. See if there's any big up and down or anything stupid going on. Appears to be good. Next thing we look at our brake rotors. So I want to make sure those aren't talking to you. Kind of like this one is. That's bent. Go look at this one. This is a different area. It's worn. It's cut differently here from where. So let me make sure it's. I'll check a straight edge on it. That pretty well shows you what's going on with that rotor. Appears to have some warpiness to it. I'm going to check this side also. Now you could use your finger, but it might hurt, so I wouldn't do that. This one appears to be equally screwed up. So these flexible rotors are very flexible. It's also bent. So that's going to cause brake drag. And you know, the brake coming on and off can cause wobbling, ill handling, and stuff like that. You know, weird things you don't like happening. This rotor has a lot of wear on it, so it's been on there a long time. You can feel the wear on it. I'm sure it's well under the wear spec, I bet. So basically these rotors are junk. But seeing how we didn't bring any of those for him because he didn't ask for them, we're just going to go ahead and reuse them. But they need to be replaced. Okay, while we're here, we're going to check our brake pads for wear. Look how even they are. This one appears to be fairly even. And we do have a lot of junk on the pad, so appears to be a little build up in there, a little crusty. So that could just be a bunch of brake dust, but I'm assuming that there's a little seepage coming in there a little bit. Not serious because it's not wet right now, but probably won't hurt to put some new brakes caliper seals in here too. Otherwise known as rebuilding your brake system. So that'll be something to do next time. I did bring some brake parts for doing that, but we don't have time to do that right now. And we don't have the brake rotors, so I have to get them a Goodwill kit and send them some parts. Okay, we got 2 short bolts, 2 long bolts. Not sure which one's which, but we're going to put the Loctite on here. Now Loctite doesn't work too good when it gets hot. Calipers can get hot. But this being a fork mounting part, it's probably not going to get that hot. Okay, we got a short and long. I think that one goes there. It looks like it's a short distance. We'll put some more on this one here. That probably goes a long ways. Appears to be a long ways, so it's probably a long one. But maybe not. Nope, it did go in there a long ways. Okay, good. That'd be the long one. Get a couple threads started. It's a short one here. Appears to be a good one there too. Alright. I'm going to the other side and do the same thing. And we're going to look at this caliper over here while we're at it, just to, we're in the neighborhood. We looked at the brake rotors, we all saw they were junk, so, let's go look at the rest of the parts. Maybe we can sell a brake job for next year. Of course, you ride this bike every day, but, whatever. It's a commuter bike. Okay, these appear to be dirty, just like the other side. Nothing really serious in there. Not stupid wet, just a little bit of brake dust, a little grit here and there. A little bit of dirt, so it might be seeping slightly, but nothing serious. These pads are worn pretty equally and look halfway decent. Probably not that old. Maybe I should have put brake rotors on it last time. Okay, this is our wire. Gotta make sure that stays out of the way. Not sure we're going to do that, so just going to throw it over there right now. Put this on there like that. Boom. Now sometimes you have to spread the brake pads with a screwdriver to spread them out to make it easier to get on. So if you do it. If not, you don't have to. Move that around until the bolt goes in. Rotate this around until it lines up. Give it a couple turns on that one. Make sure this one's started also. Appears to be started now. Let me pull out the power tools, because I'm lazy. One, two. That's my torque spec. 1, 2. You can see it kind of rotating a little bit each time you do it. Don't do it until it stops moving, because it might not stop moving. Now, I do know what my power tools torque to, so I trust it. It's 200-something foot-pounds of torque. Even relative low air pressure, it still does pretty good. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, if you want to check your spec, you can go ahead and pull out your torque wrench. There's my torque wrench right here. It's called a 12-inch breaker bar. And you can see how much tight these are. Yeah, it moved. So this is 12 inches times the force, means how many foot-pounds. So if I put 1 inch of pressure here, it's 1 foot-pound. If I put 10, it's 10. If I put 50 on it, it's 50 foot-pounds. That was tight. You can check that too if you want. Yep. Pretty much didn't want to move. Yeah, didn't want to move either. All right. It appears that my torquing method was adequately tight. Good for you. Know your tools. If you got a Harbor Freight gun, it ain't worth a crap. It won't torque squat. It'll sound like it is, but it'll be loose. You probably should check that one. But I know my tools, so I know what they are. All right, now we turn this, see if it works. Ah, it works good. Appears to be dragging a little bit. You know why it's dragging? The rotors are bent. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the brake on, which is hanging over here because it's not mounted on the handlebar. So we have to try to hold it and hit the brake at the same time. Okay, that appears to be working. All right, now we see how much drag we're going to have because of the warped rotors. So what's going to happen is, as the rotor goes this way, it pushes the pads out. When you go hit the brake next time, it's got a lot of extra distance. You got to pull it to pinch down and everything. Now these are fixed calipers, so they don't move. The pistons in there will go in or out, so you're going to wind up having a big gap in there. That's what's going to happen. But you also have a lot of drag on it, so this wheel doesn't spin very freely. And at high speed, that takes several horsepower to overcome. So it slows you down. On a land speed bike, that could be 5–10 mile an hour right there in top speed. So multiplied by both wheels, it adds up. I gained 13 mile an hour 1 month when I fixed the brakes on my bike. I also leveled the bike so it went straight. I didn't have to counterbalance turn into it. So I'd say half was brakes and half was the wheels being, fixed the weight on the balance. The wheels were in line, but the balance on the bike was wrong. So I had to fix the wheel. I'm offsetting my wheels until the bike went straight. Of course, they weren't lined up anymore. They were offset a bunch. But it went faster. That's all that matters. Okay. So we get the front end on there. Now I got to figure out that wire over there. And of course, we got the aerodynamic low drag here because of the hole right here in front. Going straight. Very important. Don't ever forget that. Okay, so what do you think we did on this? Remember, this is zip tied to a brake line. So I guess it follows the brake line up the fork here. Like that. And it probably went up here somewhere and plugged in somewhere. It appears to be a little small 2-wire hole. Kind of like this one right here. I guess that goes right to there. Okay, now we'll go turn the lights on. Tail light's on. Fender light is not on. Yeah, no light up in here. Of course, we don't have any lights on the dash stuff either, so I think there's something else going on this bike, but we don't know. Now, instead of being hooked into this one, maybe it was hooked into this one. Or maybe it was hooked into this one over here. Now this one here appears to be a spade terminal. See, that's a spade terminal, which means it's flat. That is a pin terminal. See, it's pinned. And this one here, wherever I plugged into over here, is another pin terminal. So let's go see if what happens when we plug this into the other one. If we have to undo it first. Okay, doesn't quite look like the same socket. It fits in there though. Oh, what a shocker. No light. Still doesn't work. Now it's supposed to be in the white one or the black one, or if it even matters. If I had to guess, it should be in the black one. Color coding. Harley's been doing gray, gray up here and black, black, so I'm guessing they did black, black down here, not white. Okay, appears to not be working. Taillight's on, I can see the light in the back of the bike there. So, no lights work. So there's something wrong with all the accessory lights on this bike. They don't appear to be working. I have to chase that out. He was back here checking all the fuses to see if any were blown, so I don't know if he finished that project or not, but I hate fuses. Junk. Oh well, it's Harley for you. Alright, so I don't see no lights on up in here. Oh, there's one. What was this for? Oh, that's like an accessory item, I guess. Okay, so you got one position for ignition and that's it. Okay. Headlight is on. Let's see if the fender light's on now. Oh, what a shocker. Fender light's not on. I wonder if it's the bulb. So if you put your screwdriver in there and pull that out, or some non-existent fingernails. The reason they non-exist is because I keep ripping them off my hands. Let's go see if we can figure out if there's any light power over here. Okay. That did not come out very easily. Oh, got an LED bulb there. Fancy shit. Look at that dorky looking bulb in there. Oh, there it goes. Appears to be a grounding issue. Oh, I think I broke it. Oh, I did break it. I didn't touch it. Yeah, that appears to be a crappy bulb. One thing about these China bulbs, you can be guaranteed they will not make 10,000 hours of light like they say they will. They'll be lucky to make 1 hour because they're so crappily made. These don't work out of the box. So this one's all disintegrated because it's falling apart. So I'd recommend putting a relic bulb back in there, because that one sucks. But anyway, it's on right now. Don't know how long it'll last. Ah. Pinch my thing. Oh, it's already out. Okay, with engine vibration, it might keep working. Yeah, there you go. It works and it feels like it. Wonderful. Yeah, that's a good piece of equipment there. Okay. Then we got that done. There you go. Wheel, brakes, fender, light, fixed light. Not bad. Starting to look like a motorcycle again. All right, that's it for now. Till I find the missing part. I'm kind of stuck. All right, that's it for now.